this idea of the mother. You just mentioned the motherland, the one country, the one earth. Also with these two ideas that are also related to the conversation we've been having about, in one hand we have God, and in the other one we have this political idea of showing human being. So I just wanted to ask, because mother is known for love, the son or the daughter, for the love. What it is, how did you care, how did you work, how would you ignore, or how would you paint the love which is involved in mothers, or how would you deny it?
I don't believe that this is not. I'm not into the love business. It's not, or to show the emotions. It's not. I think it's an idea. The way that I work is just that I try to paint as real as possible and be in the now when I paint. The idea, if she's happy or sad, I let the spectator see. I let the spectator have that. For me, it's not really important. I don't believe that all mothers should love their children. I don't believe that all mothers love their children. I believe that there are mothers who love their children in that way, and there are mothers who love their children that way. I think that it would be dishonest of me to say that the motherly love is the most important thing. No, you have a lot of people that survive without it. I have a very difficult relationship with my mother, and but she did what she can. She said, "I'm sitting here and doing art," and I think that definitely a part of it was out of there. I spent 9 months in her belly, and only for that, I mean, there's a certain kind of love that needs to exist, certain kind of trust that needs to exist. But love, I mean, there's a certain kind of idea, there's a lot of emotion building up. And it's definitely a known thing to have motherly love, but I don't think that it's necessary. And I don't think that it's really that important. Especially not the case. It's human. And there's like so many ideas what is... This is why I just want to take it out of the context of really, it's just mothers. So why the big deal? We're all doing the same thing. We're all bringing children to this world out of a mother. Maybe in the future we'll do it out of tubes, but today we bring them out of vaginas, out of vaginas outside. We just take them out and then they are here. Of course there's a lot of stories behind it, and I know that a lot of mothers will say, yes, but in the end of the day, this is it. This is a very simple story. Yes, I don't know, yeah. So I think this is it's a really strong question. I think that, yeah, of course I can always relate it to my story, to my personal story. But in the end of the day, I don't think that it's that important. Yes.
That's interesting. Also, because actually, thanks for sharing that. Anyway, it's interesting to see that you working on the mother projects. Actually, you working on your own relationship with your mother, but also you also are working on the relationship of the land where you come from.
Yeah.
And the difference with the lands where people come from. So as you say, no all the mother love their children. Then I immediately I thought, well, no, all the countries love their citizens.
No,
and it's kind of the same relationship then.
I think that the concept of countries in general is a stupid concept. The concept of flags and it's an ego concept. When the moment you separate yourself and you say I am different than anybody else, or we are different, I love this word, we are different than anybody else, then you're already dead, and then you're already done. Even if let's take the religious part of it, and it's like the Old Testament, the first page of the Old Testament says, and it's really funny because when I talk to religious people, they forget the first page of the Bible, the on-off, the instructions. But basically, this humongous power creates this earth in 6 days, and the sixth day he creates man and woman in his image. Very simple. There's no, he created this one before and this one before. No. Very fast process. He created them both to rule the world, to be kings of the world. And there's a lot of it's anyway, but and this is where we make it simple. And it's a page after that, and this is nobody reads the first page, but the page after that starts with. The man is above the woman, the man was created before and after that came the woman, which is totally bullshit. It's the difference between those two pages is around 500 years. Somebody more intelligent than me will correct me there. But there's a really big gap of years between those two pages. But we forget that it's actually, everything is created in this godly image. And there is no good or bad. But all the really like, but we know it's right. No, there's nothing. If you're in the moment you separate yourself from the people who hate you, and the people that you separate from the people who you are afraid of. The moment you separate yourself in your head, it's in a feeling. It's not even in physically. If I sit here and I say to my neighbors, I am better than them. In the moment I start that, then I'm already lost. And I'm not saying that it's easy the other way. I mean, it's much easier to say that they are not good. It gives me a lot of power. So by me sharing, or when I share those things, I'm very conscious of that I'm sharing it, because I realize that first of all, my story is not that important. It's not. It's important for me, but even for me, it's not that important. It's only important if I give it power over me, which I sometimes do, because I'm a living human being, because I bleed when you scratch, when you stitch, when you itch, and basically sometimes the ideas are very, very simple.
Do you think